What is up? What is going on? Dave at SVA Baseball Card Collectors, and I was playing a little hooky from work today because my daughter had her field day, and so I had to go and watch her play or run or do whatever the hell they do, which wasn't too bad. She did really well, and skied out of there a little bit early, and now headed off to work. So, if all goes well, I should be doing an interview with Bernard, and he is a member of my group, and he has a Facebook Live, what do you call those things? He does interviews and things like that, and hopefully you could join us on Sunday around 9 o'clock. I know it's not the best of times, but it's the only times I have, and that should be fun. And what else do I got going on? Trying to get some people on the podcast, because there's a lot of things, like I've said previously, that I just don't know enough about. So I want to bring it to you from people who have done it before, who I'm following on Twitter or following on Instagram. So stay tuned for that. I haven't gotten anyone yet, but hopefully I get someone soon. And I'm going to go through a variety of, dealers, people who do shows, people who are just on Instagram. I want to get a real gamut of people, and even eventually different sports cards. Not just baseball, but I will be sticking with baseball for the most part. I almost bought a Sam Darnold autograph. There was a Panini Contender ticket, and it went for $280, I believe, and it looked a little bit different than the other ones. And plus, I also forgot I got the 14-minute or 15-minute reminder, and then I was watching Fear the Walking Dead, which I like, and so that went right out of my head as that show was going on. Tends to happen to me a lot. I go, oh man, I gotta do something right now. I got 10 minutes, 2 hours later, oh yeah! My mind is just crap. I'm like, ugh. Well, whatever. So, oh man, I'm terrible with names too. Cousins' names, I don't know. See him every day. I go, oh, well, what's his face? And even my kids' names, I say them always wrong, say them backwards. Something's up with me, but yeah, it was a couple of cards that I was watching. Nothing too crazy. Like I said, I was looking for the Sam Darnold. That's one of the cards I'm going to look to get. Maybe not even his autos, just his base cards as well. The only thing is, I don't know what base cards go. I don't know if it's the same thing as baseball cards, with regards to pricing. So I have to put my learn on for that stuff. Alright, driving here, and I'm driving on the highway, which I typically don't, but since it's later in the day, I'm able to do it because there's not that much traffic. Should be cleaning up my green room. My green room is where I stack all my crap from eBay and all my baseball cards. The green room is really the guest room that has piles of crap. It is disgusting. I need to organize it better. I need to sell and get rid of my stuff. What I'm also going to do is open up another eBay store. I really didn't think I wanted to, but I want to keep this brand separate from the electronics, whatever else I have. I like to keep those two separate, and that's really the only reason why. Because a lot of people, if they go to my store, they're gonna be like, "Why does this guy have DJ equipment? Like overpriced DJ equipment?" Because I always overprice everything, and then I take the best offer. That's the thing. Because I'm worried that someone is willing to spend that much money, or they don't know, or they know and they just want it and they don't care. And that happens a lot too. I do the same thing with baseball cards. Some people see the price and go, well, why do you do that? Why is it so much more? A, maybe there's I don't follow the cards enough to know that the prices are going up, and I may miss it. For example, there may be a guy that hits, his hit for the cycle three days in a row. For the most part, I should be able to realize who this person is. But if not, I don't want to miss the rise. So I overprice it a little bit, and I accept offers just in case. So that's why I do overprice. But when I sell it, I typically sell for, where everything is going, maybe a little bit more. So you may ask, Dave, why don't you just price it correctly and you won't have a problem? I may start doing that as well. I might, because that's typically, I actually have been able to sell a little bit more than average. So if everything's going like the high end is 30, I'm usually able to get 310, 315. But if I just priced it, at 325, maybe I would have gotten that instead. I don't know. So, anyway, that's what I'm going to do with my eBay store. My website is done. I'm going to be listing it. I'm just going to go through some grammar checks for some wording and things like that. And it's going to be very bare, and I will be adding to it from time to time. It's going to be a place where I can throw my thoughts. I do like writing, and I have written before. I actually was able to write for the Huffington Post, the blogger edition, not the magazine. And I was able to figure out who to contact, and they let me blog. And my first article got, I don't know, like 10,000 likes. It actually was pretty big for a person just starting out. So, but I never kept up with it, just like everything else. So I really want to keep up with this. So I wanted a website where I can write blogs, but I'm not going to be, I don't want to write, 5,000 word articles. I want to be able to spit stuff out and have a place for it to go. I have the Facebook group, but also I want a place where I can go, all right, well, here you go. Here's this. Here's my thought on this thing. Here's something that I just learned. Boom. Right then and there. And it's not going to, in a Facebook post, my group sees it and that's great. But on a blog post, I can just boom, spit it out. Boom. And it's for everyone to see. So I'm looking for a central place where people can go. They can get the resources. They can get the information. And then also build my brand, just like I'm telling you guys. So that should be coming up. I'm probably posting that today, Saturday. Probably today. What else is going on? I really didn't do that much. I was just watching a bunch of stuff on eBay, looking, going back and forth with vintage. It's going to be a struggle, especially when you're starting. You're gonna want to go and look for the cards that you know. You're also going to be intrigued by prospects because of how much money they go for and how little they have done. And then you're also going to go, but I do love those vintage cards and those old cards. They look so good. So you're going to be all over the place in the beginning. You're going to have a lot of information overload. And you just need to slow down, remain focused. And if you want to buy new cards, you want to buy a box so you can just open up, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that either. I know if you're going for an investment, that is not the spot to be in. That's not the place to throw your money in, because you want to get the cards. You want to get the cards that you want and that you feel are investments. With a box, you're just, you're taking a chance. It's not the first time I'm saying it, but when you're starting out, you're going to be all willy-nilly. And I'm going to tell you, it's okay, but if you're listening to me and I have some podcasts, just before you do anything, just think a little bit. That's all I ask. If you think, hey, what do I really want? What am I really into? and just become knowledgeable on that. If you go, man, I just like the 90s cards. I don't care if they're junk era. I like them. Fine. If you want to collect, there are expensive 90s cards. You know, it's mostly like the inserts and things like that. I'm not too familiar with them. But trust me, there's people that are. And there's enough information. And you just Google it. Or you go to Cardboard Connection. Or you literally type in on eBay 1990 Topps, 91 Topps, or 1991 baseball cards, PSA. You search that, you check the sold listings, and you go by the highest, and you'll see what's the highest cards. You'll probably see a bunch of cards with palm trees on them for the golf war. Those cards are very expensive, especially graded. They're really expensive. PSA 9, PSA 10s, you're talking about hundreds of dollars for each card, thousands of dollars for each card, depending on who it is. Chipper Jones, tens of thousands of dollars. So you just don't know. You know, it's just whatever you're into, just dive right in, but learn as much as you can about that particular thing. Find a niche. If you just want to be, man, I just want to collect a little bit of everything, that's fine as well, but you're not going to learn as quickly. You're not going to catch everything. But, you know, you'll have your hands in everything. You'll have fun. I am at my job, so you know what that means. SVA Baseball Card Collectors on Facebook, SVA BB Collectors on Instagram, also on Twitter. This is a shorter one, guys. Sorry about that. But nothing too specific to tell you. I'll keep you up to date on whatever news is coming out over the weekend. I don't think there's that much. Yankees find a little one. That's all that matters. Buy some cards and go broke, people. Later.